Hi, if you don't know me, my name's Annabeth Malone, but I just got back from a long trip, an 11-day-ish trip for my birthday, and I am the worst about unpacking. So hopefully most of the time I leave my bag open and live out of my bag for like 4 days until I finally just have slowly unpacked it all. But like I was saying, hopefully I can do better this time and I'll unpack a little faster. It is a different transition in my life because I am going to be at home with my parents this summer. Should be interesting. I'm 21 and I'm usually at college or at an internship away, but this summer my internship is here around my hometown, so it's going to be very different. So you'll see the next few days just being home around my parents and trying to live with them again. I'm sure it's going to be a little different. I'm sitting at the DMV waiting for my oil to get changed. I think it's almost done, but I'm a little teary-eyed. I just read the sweetest card from my boyfriend's parents that they sent me for my birthday. So sweet. But it's my first day back in town since vacation, so I'm still getting things like back on track, back underway. I got my new license this morning, so that's really good. And I have my Praxis exam tomorrow. So I know I said I was gonna try to unpack and not live out of my suitcase, but I have failed. It's the next morning and I unpacked my tote bag a little. I unpacked my tote bag for the most part. It's almost entirely unpacked, so that's good. But it's the next morning and I'm getting clothes to wear out of my suitcase, so guilty, but at least you know I'm being honest. I have gotten home, been home for a couple days now, and I am getting back transitioning into being home. It's weird living with my parents again, so I've just been running around doing different errands around town, taking care of things I need to do, and unpacking slowly. I recently took off my dip nails. I had them done for my trip, for my birthday, and got home and really need to take them off because they had grown out a lot. And I rarely get dip nails, so if you have dip and you're used to it, this is probably no surprise to you. But I've only gotten dip one other time, and that was 2 years ago. And when I took off the nails, I tried to just use nail polish remover, and that didn't work very well. And so I soaked them in the nail polish remover with cotton balls for a while, I guess, and then ended up kind of peeling or pushing or ripping off the dip polish because I just get it on my regular nails. But this time I found a way better way to do it. So apparently the trick is to use 100% acetone. A lot of you guys are probably like, yes, that's always what you're supposed to do. How did you not know that? I didn't know that. So make sure that you have 100% acetone. And then there's a trick. If you can heat it up using rice in a bowl, you just heat it in the microwave, and then you put the acetone in a bag with a laundry, a dryer sheet. I don't know what it is about the dryer sheet, but it helps so much when your nail rubs against it in the acetone. So then you put the plastic bag into the bag of rice, or not, the bowl of rice, so that the acetone is warming up from the rice while your nails are in the acetone, and you leave it in there for 5 minutes and try to keep moving the rice around and the dryer sheet against your nails, and they melt off. It's amazing. I'll link the video I used that helped me come up with what to do in the description, but it is seriously a lifesaver if you guys are struggling to take off your dip nails. For my stuff this fall, I had to go through a bunch of paperwork and get a background check done, and I have to go to get my drug test done. So gotta go do that today. So I have really procrastinated this thing, and I'm just now actually sitting down to study, and it's the same week of my exam. So I'm starting by going over the study companion for my specific exam. Ignore me, I have like a pimple patch on. I right now have read through like what's going to be addressed on the exam, and I've gone over a couple practice questions, lots of test taking tips. So going through this is very helpful so far, and then I can dive into the actual like study content, like studying the content I'll need to understand. But it's good for me to see like what I need to study, where I'm at right now, and then other test taking skills, and I don't even know what all this also has. I'm only like halfway through it. So I finished going through the companion guide, the study companion, whatever, and it was pretty helpful, gave lots of tips like I was saying, and I noticed there's a part in it that has each detailed like topic that could be addressed, and it addresses possible questions or like discussion of those topics with questions. So I'm starting there. I'm doing like reading overviews of general components of what you should know, general review of what things are, and going through those questions and writing down like good bullet points, like good key definitions and things I need to remember, know, understand. So that's been going pretty well so far. I ended up watching a lot of YouTube videos on different chemistry aspects, like a ton of Crash Course. Crash Course was really helpful in understanding theories and concepts for the Praxis, as well as hearing some of the names that are good to know. Only a couple names like actually popped up on my Praxis, but I just finished taking it a couple hours ago, and the process was really interesting, and I'll go into it in a minute. But it was weird taking it at home. I don't know how long they'll be offering that, or if that'll become a regular thing now for you guys to be able to take it at home. The chemistry one, I'm sure, is pretty difficult in comparison to some of the other ones that are offered. You know, depending on what you'll be teaching, there are going to be varying difficulty levels. Definitely good luck to you guys, and here I'll talk about like how the process went actually taking the exam. Let me think. At the beginning of the process, it wouldn't let me start even the process to like check my ID and get ready for the exam until about 2 or 3 minutes before I took it. And then when I got on, you have to like make sure you have all the softwares downloaded for the proctoring system. Then you get online with your proctor, but your proctor can see you and you're being recorded the whole time, but you can't see your proctor, which really bothered me. Like, I'm talking to you, I can hear you, you can hear and see me. Like, I want to be able to see more like a Zoom call almost. But that was weird. And then, you know, they tell you you have to show your ID to, you know, say that it's you. And my new license I got the other day is paper right now because I haven't gotten the official or like the permanent one in the mail yet. And so then that didn't count, and I was like, well, here I have my expired one, like it's not paper. And he's like, well, that's expired, so that doesn't count. And then he asked like what other ID I have, and I was like, birth certificate, but like that doesn't have my picture on it, so that didn't work. So I ended up having to like run downstairs and get my school ID card, which has my picture on it and my name. So I just showed him that, and he was like, okay, that's good. So we did that, and then I had put my phone in a different room, and he made me go get it so they could see where it was the whole time, and I had to put it like in the background of my room, like somewhere he could see it. It couldn't be on the floor, so that was odd too. And then he made me show obviously like the 4 walls around me. So I was sitting at like a table, and I had to show the walls, and then I had to show underneath the table or like whatever desk you're at, showing that you don't have something under there. And I had a whiteboard because you can't use scrap paper on the exam, if you're taking it at home, you have to use something that can be erased. So either like one of those sleeves, the clear sleeves, which has paper in it, and then you just write with a dry erase marker on the sleeve, that works. Or I used a dry erase board and I had to just like show him the front and the back of the dry erase board, and that was fine. And then right before I started, I had to show him like the desk one more time, like everything that was on there. Oh, and I had to use my phone. Like before I put my phone away, I had to use my phone camera. You can either use a mirror to show like him, like to show the camera your computer screen, or you use like the camera on your phone as like the front facing camera to show your screen on your computer, because they want to know that you don't like have something on it, or you don't have like two monitors. I don't know, but that was how the process was set up, and then I was free to start. And you can go back on questions, you can mark them and then go back to them later, but besides that, everything was pretty straightforward. The chemistry one is all multiple choice, and there might have been a few, like one or two, that it was like select 3 or select 2, but it was mostly just all multiple choice and you chose the best answer. Some of it was asking about like naming. Use the videos that you find online that have like practice questions. Those are really good, those are helpful. And then that study companion, but I studied for 2 days, like cramped, and I barely passed for my state. Like I made above a 150. So that's what matters in Tennessee, and it worked out for me. So like I said, best of luck to you guys.